Welcome, folks. Hope you guys had a fantastic day. Listen, you know what? I actually forgot that Spursy, they became Spursy once again, right? I mean, that was insane, right? Spursy, they were leading 2-0, right? Spursy should have held on, but Spursy are typical Spursy. They always going to do a Spursy thing and mess it up, right? I was ready, man. I was excited to see the reaction on all these Arsenal fans, right? I was working, so I didn't watch the entire game, live, but I had it on the TV there. But I was like, all right, let's go. Spurs, you're looking good. You can do something today. But yeah, man, nothing. They messed up. But you know what? At the end of the day, I got to give it to Spursy real quick. They started the game well. They had energy. They were pretty much on the front foot. They kind of pinned the PSG back. But again, the way they were playing is completely different from the way they played under Ange. So I think Spurs, they are going to be not that easy to play against. They look like they're pretty decent on set piece. And they look like already the understanding was what Thomas Frank wants from the players, right? They look decent, so I figured they could pull an upset, right? But again, quality always comes to the top. PSG, second half they brought in some of those changes, and PSG did a PSG. It shows why they're the Champions League champs, right? Here's the thing, though. But them winning the Super Cup, are they considered now World Cup, or how would you call them? Like, are they like world champs, or? But they're not, because Chelsea is. So that's kind of interesting to know how you're gonna call PSG now. But yeah, they were able to get that win. Of course, the equalizing goals were incredible quality. Bang, they were back in the game. Tottenham, they pretty much ran out of gas. I was really hoping they could hold on, man, but they couldn't. It's Spursy. That's what they do. You cannot trust them to do anything, right? So yeah, PSG are champions once again. I was the whole time I'm watching that game. At the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, you know what? This Chevalier goalkeeper is pretty decent, right? This is pretty decent. A good choice for them, because again, Donnarumma, when we came on penalty, I was like, oh man, listen, this is Donnarumma's territory. But Chevalier did his thing, right? So it's one of those. I really wanted Tottenham to win, so my hate on them, it didn't come to fruition. So yeah, typical Spursy. You cannot depend on them. Even though they had more training than PSG, that's kind of crazy. But yeah, man. Let's see what else. Hey, people, Mr. Barca, welcome. I can see Guillermo. What up? What would you do if my new president, if we sign Eric Garcia? Let's go. Ciao. What up, man? I can't lie. Thomas Frank is a good coach. That's what I'm saying, right? Thomas Frank is a really good coach, man. He only had, players in the team to Amarin to deliver. Yeah, listen, that's what I'm saying. Honestly, Thomas Frank at our team, dude, he would cook, right? He would cook. Mr. Barca is saying only Teskegen and not Eric Garcia. Yeah, man, it's one of those. I was really impressed, honestly, by Tottenham. I was really impressed, and yeah, Mr. Barca. I love Thomas Frank. He's amazing. He needs more stable team, though. But I think Tottenham, if they give him, the players that he wants, like I think he wants to sign Eze. I don't know if they're going to get a couple more signings. You can see the blueprint is already there. The team is understanding what he wants from them, and I think they will kick on, man. They'll kick on. But it was a good game. It was a good game. But again, PSG prevailed, which is frustrating. Mr. Boss is saying I have 2 months until the whole team is stable. and able to play together. I say 2 months. Yeah, yeah, at least 2 months. I mean, because when the league starts, wow, in a couple of days, there's going to be like 3 games, and then they go into international break. So after that, that's when I think the teams should be like coming back to full strength. JP, what's going on, man? Luther, we are going to win on Sunday 3-0. JP coming in hot, hot, hot. He's not messing about, JP. Listen, I like that, right? I really like that. I don't know if we already played that behind the closed door game. I think I was supposed to play today or tomorrow. I'm not sure, but yeah, we need that game. That way, Sheshko and your boy Onana can get some much needed game time to see how they will be looking. Who playing Sunday against Man United? Arsenal, man, Mr. Barca. Arsenal. It's gonna be Gyökeres, Sheshko, Arteta, Amorim. So it is going to be fire. All right. It's gonna be fire, man. It's gonna be fire. You guys need to be here. Make sure you smash the like, hit the subscribe. That way we can do a watch along. I'll be here, man. We can watch it together and do the thing. Caden McLeish, another man. You did. Okay. All right. I see what you're saying. Welcome. Rasta Stocks. Let's go. The football gods have answered. Spursy lost. I don't know, man. Rasta, I wanted Spursy to win. That way we can banter Arsenal. That's the only reason. All right, that's the only reason. But again, quality showed up, and PSG got the equalizer, and the rest was history. I call it good karma. That's what's up. It's Rasta Stocks. People, do me a favor. Make sure you go and subscribe to my brother Rasta Stocks channel. Mr. Standards himself. He's doing his thing over there. Go ahead and follow him on all the socials. All right. But yeah, Mr. Barca said, man, you cooked. I don't think you're winning this Sunday, especially 3-0. Listen, hey, you know what? One thing is that we can use in our advantage, right? Is Arsenal, they don't have a good record at Old Trafford, right? When they come to our house, Arsenal does not have a good record. Our boys under the lights, 75 plus thousand fans. Listen, we're gonna be rocking. All right. Arsenal would not know what to do with all that the madness that is going on in our stadium. We're gonna be fire. All right. Now the energy is gonna be there. Okay, guaranteed for these fans, because these fans, they right now, even though we finished 15th, they're backing the manager, right? So the fans, we're hoping that now the players can reciprocate, right? That the energy that the fans are going to give to the players, even for us who are watching remotely, far away, the players need to show up. They cannot lose that game. It is so important. That's one. They cannot lose that game. Two, Arsenal cannot score first. We cannot concede first. All my days. I don't know. I do not want us to concede first. I'm telling you. I don't want it. All right. It is because if we concede first, the team, automatically some of the old habits may creep in. And it's one of those that I don't want to see. We got to score first. And the players need to come up fired up, pissed off, and everything, right? We need that energy, right? Liam, yo, bro, I saw you got a shout out from one of the and only KG. Liam, yeah, man, listen, I sure did. Yeah, KG, that's my guy, man. It was awesome. I met him in Jersey when I met live when we watched the United game. Yeah. And I also made it to his one of his blogs, man. One of his blogs. He put it out there, and then I'm watching the blog, and then I see my big face on there. I was like, "What? I've made it!" Right? So yeah, Mr. Barca, you better hope Eze goes to Spursy instead of Arsenal. I think so. I think that's what's going to happen, man. Because all the reports are pointing for Eze to go to Spursy. Jarwall. all the way from Indonesia. What's going on, Jawo? If we concede first, it will be a catastrophe. Yeah. That's what I saw. Big up. Oh, that's what's up, man. Yeah. I did post a couple of stuff. I have some videos too. I need to clean up and post. But yeah, it was good times. Good times meeting KG. I met Flex, the Stratford Paddock people. It was cool stuff. But yeah, it won't be a bloodbath. That is the thing. That one thing I've noticed about Ruben Amorim's teams, we defend pretty well, right? We defend pretty well. The only thing is that midfield, right? That midfield is a problem. We need to, keep it tight. We may let them have the ball and then we hit them on the counter. That's how we beat them last time. It could be one of those situations because their midfield is way stronger, right? Zubamendi, you have Declan, Odegaard. For us, I don't know how he's going to line up. Is it going to be Ugarte, Mainu, or is it going to be? I hope it's not Casemiro and Mainu, Casemiro and Bruno. I don't think that will work. I have a feeling Bruno is probably going to start in one of the tens, right? It could be one of those, and then you have the likes of maybe Ugarte, Mainu in that midfield too. But yeah, we'll chat about it as we get closer to it. But yeah, the only thing is though, I am not worried about that game. I am not worried at all. I'm not scared, because I know we can hurt them, right? In the past, Garnacho, Rusmus, and whoever else as our front three, it was worry times. But this time, dude, this time around, our front five, you have Dogu, you have Cunha, you got Mbumo, you got Sheshko, you got Ahmad. Come on, man. That front five is fire. All right? We just needed to click into gear. Licha and Mazraoui injured. Yeah, Licha and Mazraoui, they're out. They won't be there. Xerxes back training. He looks fit, but I don't think it's going to start. So we're going to see. Liam Jones, we defend well, but the style, notice it didn't say formation. I know. Lends itself of being pragmatic, not over attacking, which is why I say if it's a score for it, it will be a catastrophe. Yeah, I agree. Jesse, Dishner, disaster. What up? I didn't set my goal, man. Let me set my goal real quick, people. Let's see if we can do it. We're gonna put here a light goal, and then I'm gonna do my usual happy. Let's go. I'm gonna put that. This is something new that is on here. But yeah, so it's one of those. It's going to be very exciting to see. So I cannot wait. Personally, I cannot wait to see if we are going to. We should be able to win that game, right? Because again, Arsenal, they coming into that game, of course, they feel right now they feel like they're a better team than us, right? They feel like they're a better team than us. So of course, they're gonna come in there with chest, and that's why we're gonna have to put them in their box and say, no, this is Old Trafford. There's a reason why it's called the Theater of Dreams, right? So it's gonna be like that. People smash that like button. All right. What else is going on? Baleba. Let's get on that. What is the latest on Baleba? Baleba, I dropped the video earlier when what's the name? Indy Kayla dropped his update. Check it out if you haven't watched it yet. I dropped it earlier, so please check it out. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. I appreciate that. But Indy Kayla, who has been the leading reporter on the Baleba thing, he dropped a note, like a post earlier saying Man United, that we had a big meeting on Tuesday, right? Of Man United's hierarchy, and then it was basically Ruben Amorim was saying, listen, told them you guys need to be more proactive and go ahead and put in the bid now, right? So Indy Kayla believes that the bid the bid is coming, right? The bid is coming any moment, But from what we hear from Sky Sports News earlier, right before I came on here, pretty much, yeah. So Indicator said this bid is imminent after board meeting. According to sources, Man United had a big board meeting on Tuesday with Ruben Amorim, and things got pretty intense. Amorim made it clear that Carlos Baleba is a must signing this summer. All right, the club's credit facility, if we're talking about the money, credit facility is in place. It was extended, right? So it means we have a credit card, man. You know, we can swipe, right? So the credit facility is in place. So Indicator is saying so they are ready to make a move. Okay. Indicator is saying we understand Manchester United is about to test Brighton's patience with an official bid. So again, the reason this guy is kind of all of a sudden credible is because the GOAT himself, Ornstein, credited him when he dropped this news first that Man United are looking at Baleba, right? So again, Ornstein doubled down this, I think yesterday or something or today, with another interview. He said, yeah, someone had met Indicator's journalist, whatever. So he is credible. So listen, so long as we sign this guy, so long as we put in a bid, I don't care where the message comes, where the info comes from. We just need Baleba in ASAP. Liam Jones is saying, nah. How can we say we should be able to win the game? No, we're going to win the game. I'm going to correct myself. We're going to win the game. That's Dreams part earlier. That's funny. Liam, so it brought you hoodwinked. I mean, well, you saw it really hoodwinked. It's one of those that you can put it on live, and I'm trying to find a way to put it on the video that it's pre-recorded and stuff like that. But you know, I appreciate you guys tuning in. But yeah, I was working, so when the news was dropping, I was like, I need to put this out there. So I recorded it quickly and threw it out there. But yeah, so it's one of those. We shall see what happens with Baleba. But Sky is reporting that we haven't made any like official contact as of yet, right? So we shall see. Smart Life. What happened to Man United? Well, Man United is going to get back to where it needs to be, right? That's what's going to happen, right? Man United, we're going to get back, all right? And we're going to start with Arsenal. We need to put a stamp on Arsenal. Say, hey, listen, you better watch out. Liam, this is why I don't trust it. The statement Indicator may have some wild insights with Baleba's team, but to talk about insight into the board meeting, I don't think that's genuine. Liam, here's the thing though. I don't know this Indicator dude, right? A lot of people that were saying this guy used to work at KFC, whatever. But some people, rumors are saying that account was purchased by, some of these reporter consortium. Whatever. There's a lot of stories going on. But whatever the case is, it looks like he does have sources some places, right? So again, it could be that since he had the info on Baleba, someone at Man United kind of hit him up. Yo, listen. Here's the thing. There was a big meeting here on Tuesday. The whole thing went, it was kind of crazy. People were being, serious about this, blah, 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 blah. So drop it on your platform and, that it could be. So the bottom line is, if we put in a bid in the next, a day or two, again, it will show like, okay, dude had some kind of insight or information, whatever. He had some kind of sources, right? And the important part is this: that we all know that Ruben Amorim wants Baleba, 100%. That is confirmed. We know it's Baleba or nothing, right? So it's one of them things. Now I don't know if worst case scenario we don't get Baleba. Are we going to pivot, or we're going to say, forget about it. Let's go to another department that we need to resolve? I don't know how that's going to work out. So it's going to be one of them. Mr. Boss is saying relegated. That's where. Okay. Liam is saying, I heard the boy works at KFC. Yeah, me too, man. That's what I heard. All that, but now but how would the account have sources? That's what I'm saying. I, just the fact that people are saying the person works at a KFC, no disrespect if folks work at a KFC. Um, I love the chicken. Um, yeah, just the fact that Ornstein referenced them, it gave him credibility, right? Because if Indy Kaler had said this without Ornstein says, "Hey, this is what's happening," per Indy Kaler, then people wouldn't really trust the source. But now, Ornstein, obviously, he's, agreeing with the guy. So interesting stuff. Interesting. But you know what? Only time will tell, right? Right now, let's just be patient. Of course, he's not going to be here in time for Arsenal. So Arsenal, we're going to have to deal with it ourselves using the weapons that we currently have, which that midfield is scary because the way it is now, a couple of passes in that midfield were wide open. All right, that is a problem. So we need to keep it tight to see how we can deal with Arsenal. But I'm not worried about Arsenal, man. They can, yes, a couple of passes may get through, but I think we can hit him on the counter. David Raya likes to really get out of his box, so he can be caught out. We saw what Tottenham did to them. So, I will be there. Raphael, I'm excited for this new Man United team, people. The future looks bright. We lose hope in people, but we do not lose hope in the future. More life. Come on, Raphael. That's what I'm talking about. I love the energy, people. He comes in hot. People, smash the like, hit the subscribe if you haven't done so already, man. Me too, man. I'm excited about this team, especially when we get Baleba. It's going to be, oh my God. I went again and found another comp for Baleba. Oh my God, this kid is he's just incredible. Like in tight spaces, the way he gets out, incredible. No, what I'm saying is Ornstein gave the account his props for saying United are interested in Baleba, but the Indie said he essential as the minutes of the board. Oh, really? I missed that part. Having the minutes, that means you really like the source is like sourcing to give you the minutes of the boardroom. Yeah, that's kind of tough to believe that. Yeah, again, because right now he's probably riding that wave, like people already believe in whatever. He's like, yeah, man, listen, my source gave me the minutes. I cannot show you those minutes, but I have them. All right, I have the minutes. They're about to put in the bid. Right. So it could be like he's over egging the thing. Right? Chow is like saying, listen, enough of all that. Let's talk about the starting 11. All right? Fine, Chow. Fine. Hey, while we're doing the starting 11, what are your thoughts, guys, on the Rashford interview? Right? What are your thoughts on the Rashford's interview, man? Some of the things he said. What are your thoughts on it? Let us know. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I did kind of skim through, try to see the stuff that he was saying. Most of it is pretty true. In a way, he kind of kept it. He kind of kept it real in a way. Like he explained himself what he thinks about certain stuff. So yeah, we can check that out. Some of the things, but yeah. H plus B says Rashford sucks. Come on, man. That is funny. Ciao. Liam, Rashford came across really well. That's what I thought too. He came across really well. He came across not only as a player, but he kind of felt like he also understands like the way us fans feel, because of course the kid grew up at a club, right? He grew up here in Manchester, in the club as well. So he has seen it change and all this stuff. So his insight was pretty interesting. Trixie Madueke, Why are your fans gassing up the Bendy Minj Shishko? Hey, listen, Trixie, first of all, you got to smash the like. All right. Let us know what team you support. All right. That's what you need to do and hit the subscribe button. Welcome. I mean, we're not gassing up the guy. All right. Because if, listen, because Arsenal, they wanted the guy big time. All right. And the guy is not the finished product. We know he's not going to really hit the ground running, whatever. But, but it's exciting. You know how Mbumo, he's so good at crossing the ball, right? He's good at crossing the ball, and our boy Sheshko is 6.5. This dude can fly. So those crosses, and he's good. He knows how to head the ball. Now, because we did have another striker, right, who was good for nothing in the air, right? You know, so this time around, this guy is good with his head. So I cannot wait to see some of those headers, man. Right. But yeah, it's exciting. Chow, not coming because he at United players. He's a United player still, man. He's on loan, so he's still our player. Trixie say he's garbage. Hey, we shall see. Only time will tell. Raphael, Rashford missed an open goal. Oh my God, yeah, that was crazy. For Barcelona recently, all of the Barca players were shocked. Yeah, I did see that too. I was like, couldn't believe it. He even started laughing himself, right? Because dude, he went over like past the defenders, the goalkeeper, and open goal, missed it. So, but he has already scored. He had an assist in that game. So, honestly, personally, I think he's doing very, very well at Barca. I cannot wait to see him when the league starts and how if he gets more. He's going to be a starter. I don't think so, but I wish he gets a starting slot. That way, by the time this league is over, they see his value, and then Barca pulls another lever, gives us our 40 million. We say thank you very much. Keep him. He's yours, and we keep him moving. I have always liked the guy. In fact, loved him for the most part. Liam, me too, man. I'm telling you, it's very interesting because I remember Rashi making his debut, right? Making his debut as a kid, right? Making his debut for the first team. So I've seen his whole trajectory, and how it turned out now. It's kind of sad because you would want a player like him to be like to feel the anger of what the club is now, and to want to be in there to fight and motivate and encourage. Basically, dude should have been our captain, right? To get us back to the top, but he just didn't have that. And you know yeah, but of course I like him. I want him to succeed for sure. Arsenal didn't want Sheshko, our manager did. Then we got an actual striker, mate. True, you got a good striker, so no excuses. That's what I thought Trixie, you're Arsenal. Listen, this time around you got a Glockeres, right? So is it safe to say, Trixie, you guys are going to win the Premier League? Let us know, mate. Let us know. But no, actually, Arteta liked Sheshko for a while. I think with your new sporting director coming in, he was like, Arteta, stop messing about. Okay? You need someone who's ready to go now, here, to get you goals. Sheshko, he's going to be a work in progress, right? So it made sense for you guys to go for Glockeres. And I cannot wait to face you guys on Sunday. If you're not allowed to be excited for signings, then why are we? Exactly. Yeah, you got to be excited, man. Mustafa, Liverpool 7, 0 my assistant. Oh, that's funny, Mustafa. Biz, I'm afraid this is all advice to him. He never criticized himself, like as if he's perfect. Good riddance. Ego issue. Bomb squad out. Yeah, you got, good point. Even the first interview, he said, "Yeah, I need like another challenge or something like that." He should not have done that. But the way he came across in that interview today, whatever that dropped, it was, it came. I think it came from what I've seen from it, people talking about it, a lot of it was positive. So yeah, um, Kai said, United finishing seventh. Remember this comment when it happens. You know what? When I was trying to figure out what we're gonna do today, because like the news is not really newsing. Baleba, we've already talked about it. Rusmus, AC Milan is looking to bring Rusmus. Talks are slowly starting for him to go to AC Milan, but he's not really convinced yet, according to Fabrizio Romano, that is. So that's where we are. Of course, Rasmus still wants to stay and fight for his position. So, you know, that's basically it when it comes to the news. So I was trying to say, hey, listen, maybe we should do like a predicted Premier League predicted table, right? When we finish, where we're gonna finish. Is Arsenal gonna be champs, or they are gonna be winning the number two trophy like usual? So one of those. But when I remember that Rashford did his interview, which is interesting. Trixie said 13 goals in a year. Openly said he's not ready for the Prem. Yeah, last year, yeah. No, last year, Arsenal man scored 13 goals and hey, listen, don't worry, man. The good thing this time, Sheshko at Man United, we didn't bring him to be our goal savior or whatever. We have Cunha and Bumo. Those guys are going to be the ones, banging in the goals mostly, right? Sheshko, his job is to contribute and do his part. Give us your 13 goals, 15 goals. End of the season, happy days, right? The other guys, Cunha and Bumo, they're going to chip in with the goals. Bruno, goals. Ahmad, goals. Come on. Dogu is going to give us some goals. So we do have a lot of goals right now in our team. All right, Tracy, with all due respect, aside from Bumo and Cunha, your club dead. It was last season, right? The club was dead last season. People were saying we're gonna be relegated and all that stuff. It didn't happen. But what we are doing now, listen, once we face Arsenal, which I like too. I like the fact also that this time around we have a really tough start, right? Meaning that you say that sink or swim, right? You boom, first game is Arsenal. So you gotta automatically you gotta wake up, say, hey, listen, man, this is it. This is real now. So I like that. So we're gonna see where we are in this first 10 games, right? But it's definitely going to be interesting. Liam is saying that that's just a guess, and you may be correct. But does everyone have to pretend they are seer? That's funny. Christopher Simon, what's going on? Says Bomberglot. People, let's see what else are you guys saying. People, smash that like button, man. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. All right. Sheshko is a work in progress. 100%. Yep. As was Roy Keane, Rooney, Cristiano, Evra, Vidic. How did they turn out, mate? See, the only thing is we just need to be patient as fans, right? Be patient. Manith, what up? Welcome back, Manith. Good to see you, man. Neville Rhoda, what up? Hello. Trixie, nobody who has a brain thinks we're winning anything, mate. Are you serious? You are telling me you signed Glocares, top goal scorer in Europe, I think? You're telling me you're still not going to win the league? Wait, let me read it. Striker doesn't fix wages. Apprentice manager, bipolar fan base. Bro, I don't know what rebuild took longer, Arsenal or your aquarium player. Wait. So, Trixie, you're saying you guys are not going to win the league? You dropped the like? That's what's up, man. I appreciate you. Be patient sounds like trust the process. Honestly, every time that I think about my team, I always bring in Mr. Trust the Process, right? So, yeah, listen, Arsenal this time around, you guys have to win silverware. Tottenham, they won something, right? And today they're about to win, and Spursy did what Spursy do, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Some people are saying if you guys don't win anything this time around, then Arteta needs to go. I'm telling you, we are not winning anything. That's correct. Wow, mate. Really? Wow. I'm really surprised, actually, guys. For an Arsenal fan, you're saying you're not winning anything. I think your team is, for the last couple of seasons, you're only missing a striker. Your manager kept on buying defenders and stuff. Guys, I know it turned out to be an Arsenal uh, um, channel, but of course, we talk about all the teams. We're facing Arsenal, and we do have Trixie here, right? Ready, to take all the Arsenal banter. No, because the striker doesn't fix the club, run down, getting injured, excuses, and inexperienced manager. No, but Arteta is experienced, man. I mean, my only goal is getting tapas. Let me note it out. That's funny. Liam, Rixie Baker, bro, do you just watch football to be upset? That's funny. Oh, that's funny, Liam. This is the time to be optimistic. Yeah, dude, you have Glocares. Dude, when you guys signed him, everybody was doing one of these things because like, listen, uh, yeah, Arteta in all the way, life contract. I know, right? Honestly, the only reason personally, I want Arsenal to win the league just to stop Liverpool with 21. But unfortunately, all the metrics and all the pundits and all the supercomputers and everything, they're saying Liverpool is going to win it, especially if they get Isak. Yeah. So that's why I want Arsenal to win the league, right, to stop Liverpool, because we are not ready to stop him yet. But yeah, yes, really, I am a realist, pal. I watched for 5 years. You may buy but I support this club. So yeah, wow. Arteta is experienced or what? Finishing second. That's huge. Meaning that he can finish second. He just needs that one little thing to get him to first. He's a consistent second place winner, right? It's the first manager job, and he won. That's funny. Exactly. Second isn't first. All right, all right, all right. I see what you're saying, man. All right. So what is your score prediction for Sunday's game against United? Are you guys gonna win that? Drop your score prediction, man. Is Glocares gonna score? Bro, seriously, what do you enjoy about watching football? That is funny. We win the same as you in 15th. Now, this time around, we're not going to finish 15th. One of the reasons is we're playing once a week, right? No European football, nothing. So once a week football, yeah, we're not going to finish. We're going to climb, right? And especially if we bring in Baleba. I think with Baleba in, as I was saying yesterday, sixth, we should be able to get to sixth or fifth, somewhere around there, in my opinion. Right? Now, other people were saying that we bring in Baleba, top four, mate. Right? It could be a top four thing. We win the same as the 15. Manith is saying at least you get, I know, yeah, at least they get Champions League football. And that's what I think that's what Ineos is going for. Champions League football, right? We need to get back into Europe. In Europe, that's where the money is. That's why I think they're trying to go all out to get Baleba in. We're not going to get a goalkeeper. It's going to be Onana, so we're going to have to deal with it, right? But I think they probably think if we control, if we're able to hold the ball more in the final third, we don't lose it so quickly and it comes back to us. In the midfield, we control it, then we have a better chance of, conceding less, right? Liam Tricks, you understand there's thousands of teams around the world, and there are only so many titles you can win. So I will ask you again, what do you enjoy about watching football? That's funny. As it happens, I wouldn't be on YouTube watching content for years, but I watch my club every day. That's why I know my club. All right, okay. Jacqueline, Battery. What up, Jacqueline? First of all, welcome. Let us know what team you support. Smash that like button. All right, people, if you're new here, I am Luther. This is Man United Central. I'm happy that we found each other. All right, I'm boosted that you're here. So welcome. So Jacqueline, he says top five. Man United, I'm assuming. Let's go. Mr. Clean, Man United, some cheeks. Okay. Jacqueline, Man United all day. Let's go. That's what's up, Jacqueline. Guys, oh, do me a favor again. Let us know where you're watching from, man. Let us know where you're watching from. What time is it over there? Right? So, yeah, listen, let's go through this Rashford thing real quick. Marcus Rashford, what did he say about the overall direction of the club? Basically, he says United have been reactionary and are now stuck in a no man's land, meaning the club lacks a consistent identity and a vision. This, in a way, you can say reactionary, true, because we're gonna go. We go with the how the team performs, right? If the manager, for example, in the first 10 games, he loses, I don't know, 7. Some people will already be calling, yo, manager, sack him, da da da. So I think that point is pretty valid. We have been reactionary throughout the year. That's why a lot of these managers have been in and out, in and out, in and out, right? All the way from Cambodia, Maneth, what's going on? That's what's up, man. 9:25 a.m. win a trophy. Yeah. Let's see what else Rashford asks. Has United even begun their transition yet? That was another question. According to Rashford, no, right? He points out that while people keep talking about rebuild, to be in a transition, you have to start the transition. The actual transition hasn't started yet. So he's saying that, listen, Man United, we're still there talking about rebuild, but no transition yet. I think the transition has started. I think it has started, in my opinion, with this window, especially because we are the bum squad. They're getting kicked out. They're trying to change the culture of the club, right? And, we're transitioning to a different way of running our business. We're not going to just be overpaying players, crazy salary, and then you're stuck with, you cannot offload them, right? So I think when it talks about transition there, I think we are slowly transitioning to a different way of doing business. What makes other clubs successful even during a rebuild? It was Rashford says he cites Liverpool's approach under Jurgen Klopp. They stuck with him despite earlier failures, and only later did trophies come. That's the kind of long-term commitment United lack. Again, I think it's telling the truth. We don't stick with the manager, right? If it doesn't work out, get rid and start over. So right now, imagine we suck Ruben Amorim. You're gonna go and bring in another manager playing a different system, unless you bring in a manager who plays with the back three again, right? That would work. But if you sack him and you bring another manager, then you're stuck with these players that don't necessarily work in a different system. So I agree with that point, and the problem is with Man United, the managers don't get time. The fans don't give the managers time to say, listen, we're going to stick with this, and through good times, bad times, we're going to be here, right? So, but I like the fact here, what he's saying about sticking with the manager. I think last season we changed a little bit, because Ruben Amorim, he knew he finished 15th, but people were still singing, Ruben Amorim, he's going to bring rejoice again, right? The fans were still singing that we're losing, but they were still singing. So I think that's changing, and I'm hoping that the ownership give him time to work this process, because he knows what he needs to do and to rebuild this thing. Jacqueline, got players want to play for United. Exactly. Exactly. Players who want to play for United. They're not just there for the paycheck. We still pay reasonably well, but not crazy amount for the money. These players could have gone anywhere. Boom, Acuna, Sheshko, right? Champions League football was there, but they were like, nah, We want to play for United. Let's guys, we're gonna go through this real quick. What else did he say? Does Rashford believe United have the talent to win? He says yes, but he argues that any cup success were fueled by individual talent. This is very true, right? It was fueled by individual talent and not cohesive strategy. With frequent changes in direction, it's unrealistic to expect sustained league success, right? Facts again. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people really with this interview, they couldn't really disagree with him much because, true, the cup wins we did win, it was individual brilliance. Bruno doing a madness, Rashford doing whatever he does, Ahmad, one of those. But that sustained process on how to play, to stick with one system and all this stuff, we really did not have it. We just happened to win this trophy like we were a cup team. All right. Liam is saying, Trixie friend, I understand. Okay. I've been patient with Arteta, and if you think there's enjoyment watching Palace, United, Chelsea, this come all winning trophies. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that is kind of it's kind of painful, especially the amount of money that you guys have spent, Arsenal, and still no silverware. Yeah, that's why this time around he has no excuses. All right, back to Rashford. What did he say? Where does he think United ended up in that quote no man's land? He says due to too many managers, ideas, and strategies. Without one coherent plan in place, the club drifts, right? Facts. Again, yeah, you keep on chopping and changing managers, then you're stuck with players from all these different managers, and no one understand what system we're going to be playing. And most of these players were lost. That's why a lot of these players could not really adapt to Ruben Amorim's style of play, because most of these players were like a back four type of players. And yeah, so again, good point there. Yeah, so those were a few quotes here and there from what he said in that interview. Go and check it out yourself, and and let us know if you agree. But he came out, pretty good on the facts that he was dropping. But again, ideally, I wish he had said something like, yeah, even myself, I could have done better. Maybe I could have worked harder since I've been there the longest, pretty much. He would have put himself in there, like, yeah, I've done mistakes too, to let the club down and blah blah blah. But yeah, honestly, I think it was a good interview. Back to what you guys are saying. Trixie, Liam saying, football is a release for all your frustrations. I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah. I know. That's interesting. Tracy saying, I support my club and hope only goes so far. And when the realists tell people why, we get questions on our views. And trust me, I see why people buy it. But it's sadly Arteta and his fans that's the problem. Yeah, man, I feel your pain. But honestly, for us United fans, right now, the only thing we have is hopium and praise and prayers, because we want this to work, right? The players that we signed this time around, you cannot help but be motivated, right? You see that the ownership they see the same issues we were seeing, right? Midfield, attack, and all that. So we see that they hear us, maybe they saw the same issues, they're trying to fix them. So you gotta get excited, because Cunha and Bumo, as far as goals last season, they were up there. So yeah. So I'm definitely optimistic. I'm just here to tell the truth and the whole truth. So eat tapas. God, that's what's up, man. That's what we like, right? On this channel, man. We come, we banter each other, but we have a good time. We talk football, and your insight is very informative, right? Because honestly, to me, I was thinking a lot of the Arsenal fans right now, you know, they're believing again. All right. They believe they can challenge. So, yeah, that's interesting. Arsene Wenger, 7 years ago. Wasn't the problem 7 years ago? Yeah. Yeah. Arsene Wenger and Sir Alex. That was a good battle. Those two, all right. The Professor, that was good stuff. Wenger is in the last 5 years didn't get back like Arteta. Oh yeah, that's true. He won more, and Arsene Wenger didn't believe in splashing the cash anyway, right? And that was also another thing. He didn't believe in splashing the cash like that. Like I don't know if he would have spent 100 million on Declan Rice, but I think Declan was a really good signing for you guys. Manith is saying, but did you guys remember Cristiano free kick against Arsenal? Oh, 100%. Talking about Cristiano, 22 years ago today, a young boy named Cristiano Ronaldo signed for Manchester United for a fee of 12.4 million. All right. So today we signed Cristiano. Sir Alex said after signing him, Sir Alex said he is extremely talented footballer, a two-footed attacker who can play anywhere up front, right, left, and through the middle. Right. Sir Alex continues saying, after we played Sporting last week, the lads in the dressing room talked about him constantly. And on the plane back from the game, they urged me to sign the kid. All right. That's how highly they rated him. Uh, wow. Yeah. And then he continues saying that he is one of the most exciting young players I have ever seen. And the rest is history. Right. So, Sir Alex, the players, they all were like, yo, this Cristiano guy, you got to get him, mate. But yeah, man, that free kick was mad. Trixie is saying that the list of who we nearly bought was no longer a list. And yeah, Ronaldo was levels for sure. We nearly got him though, guys. Nearly. Oh, you guys were looking at Ronaldo? I don't know that story. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. I wonder how it would have turned out if he came to you guys instead of us. Would he become the Ronaldo that we know now? Or we would have bought him after a couple of years at Arsenal, because that's what we do, right? Right? And listen, I thank you for giving us some of these players. Van Persie, he wanted a trophy and he came to us, and then we were able to give him one. Cheeto is another one. So it could have been the same thing. Ronaldo could have come to you guys, and then he would have ended up at Man United. No, it's probably PR. There's a list of every hot player under the sun, bro. Suarez, Ibra, Ronaldo, etc. Yeah. It could be PR. But yeah, let's see. Listen, Cheeto, man. Cheeto. I'm telling you, man. Cheeto, give him some time. Give him some time. That kid has talent. All right. He has talent. He's young, powerful. Yeah. We're going to get him to where he needs to be. All right. Man, 7th choice striker. Hey, listen, right now at Man United, he's what? Maybe 3rd? Because when we lose Rusmus, it's going to be Sheshko. I know Xerxes is not a striker. And then Cheeto. So he's right there, man. He's right there. Liam is calling you out, Trixie. He said, that's not true. We had Sporting as a feeder club. Oh, yeah, exactly. In place to sign him 04-05 season. I've heard what Arsene has. Oh, yeah. Where is the money coming from? Are you talking about the Cheeto? No, the money for Baleba? Listen, we do have the credit card. And also, we do have some money coming in the one and only Alejandro Garnacho, right? The reports are saying Arsenal are about to make a bid for Alejandro Garnacho, right? They're about to make a bid for Garnacho. Even though because Javi Simons, they're still working on that deal, but it looks like the Garnacho deal bid could be coming here any moment. And yes, Chow, Coca-Cola money. Yes, yes, that is. You know what, Chow? You are all right, man. You are all right. I forgot about Coca-Cola. Yeah, man, we signed another player, a big player. This player comes in with money. Yeah, Coca-Cola contract. Yes, yes, we got that. And then of course we have the Garnacho money coming from Arsenal, I mean, from Chelsea. Um, I'm hoping we get maybe a 40 plus 10 in sell-on clause or something like that. That'll be great because again, Garnacho money is pure profit. So yeah, Lou autistic Garnacho shouldn't be sold. Terrible decisions. He kind of, if he had not done what he had done, the social media stuff and all this, I think Garnacho would have still been here, right? Yes, he does not really work in an Amorim system, but he was learning. I rate Garnacho very highly, and I know when he goes to Chelsea, yeah, he's gonna blow up, right? But it was time for him to go, right? He has already burned his bridges. This guy had a Villa shirt, right? Come on, you don't do that. Again, he's a kid, so as he gets older, he's be more mature. He's not gonna be doing that stuff, right? Yeah. Uh, but yeah, Garnacho needs to go. Who is your favorite Man United player of all time? Kino. Obama, that's funny. Kino, that's my guy, man. I've said this before. I don't believe Cheeto is going to be. Yeah, I know you've said it. Yeah, United striker. And I say that after watching the under 18s, was bullying. Yeah, he was bullying 5'11" center backs. Yeah. We shall see, man. Only time. Because I think with Cheeto, in the couple of games that he came on after Rusmus, he looked like he was making better decisions than Rusmus, right? So that is encouraging in my view, right? Because the kid was making better runs, taking shots and stuff like that, right? Whereas Rusmus was still struggling. So ideally for me, I would send Cheeto on loan. That way he get consistent football. But it looks like they want to keep him, and he become one of our strikers. So backup to the backup kind of thing, right? What do you rate Garnacho? I mean, Garnacho to me, each game that he played, he always gave it. He gave it his all, right? Meaning that yes, he was not making the right decisions, but whenever he came in, you know what you're gonna get from him, like tenacity, always try to score. You know, he did certain things that that you would want to see from all the players, right? So I cannot really say that Garnacho down tools and stuff like that. Decision making, of course, tracking back was not the greatest. So all those things that you can work on, but I've always thought that with him, he has levels that he can get to when he gets coached better in a different environment and stuff like that. So, and I think at Chelsea, Maresca can get the best out of him. Yeah, moving is just massive for his age group. Yeah, Liam, I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, I hope you're wrong. Lou, what's going on? Replace Garnacho. Who's going to replace Garnacho? We're not. We got Cunha and Bumo, like proper players who can play as tens, right? But the money is going to bring us Baleba. All right, Chow, Lou. Do you allow the player to stay? Spoke some shite. Yeah, no. And that's another thing too. His mouth and his stuff that his family said and all this, they gotta go. Butterfield and Maguire, Dalo decent, but a lot of mistakes. Garnacho, no end product. Yeah, he scored some banger goals though. Hoyland, Xerxes, Fernandez overhyped. No, Fernandez is a baller, man. Captain is a baller. Look at his numbers. He just needs to be more disciplined, right? Bruno needs to be more disciplined. So, but if you look at Bruno's numbers, they're up there compared to a lot of these players in the midfield, like Bruno and Bruno De Bruyne, Bruno and Odegaard. Like, I think Bruno's numbers are way up there. Yeah. Mick Mason Greenwood is a big loss. Reckon he will be a Barcelona player or real soon. Mason, I was thinking he's gonna leave Marseille this window, but it doesn't look that he's going to, because I was looking for his money. That's We have a sell on clause on Mason, so I really wanted his sell on clause money. I was hoping that he was going to go to a bigger club, um, but it doesn't look like that's happening. But yeah, Mason, generational talent, man. I cannot imagine if he had stayed at Man United, where it would be. Chow also, he and his brother, yeah, are always looking. Yeah, yeah, that's not. I think if he goes to no, when he goes to Chelsea, yeah, he's gonna have to cut that, because I don't think Maresca is gonna be messing about. Right? Arsenal fans using copium brother. David, you think Hoyland still has the chance at the club? David Arakelia. What up, David Arakelia? People, let me know what team you support. Smash a like, hit the subscribe. All right. And yeah, Hoyland, ideally, I want him to be given a chance to work with Mbumo and Cunha, people who can create for him, right? But if he stays, would I be upset? No, I'll be cool with it. Him and Sheshko can fight for that number 9 spot. But again, if you keep him now, what happens to Xerxes? What happens to Cheeto? We're only playing once a week. So ideally, he needs to go. That way, we get that loan fee, one. Secondly, we take his salary off our books. Again, that itself is going to be put into the Baleba kitty, and then we go. Just like the way we did, we used Rashford's salary that we took off our books. That's a lot of that was used on Boomer and Cunha and stuff like that. How long before you start sounding like Arsenal fan using opium? Nah, man. Listen, ain't gonna happen. Uh, ain't gonna happen, Trixie. I rate Mbumo and Cunha, but the rest are replaceable. Yeah, I mean Bruno. Ideally for us in our midfield, he doesn't really work. So next summer we may replace him. I'm thinking it could be like a Baleba, Mainu midfield 2. I think that will work very well. But yeah, for now, Bruno is here to stay, man. Make factual. Greenwood's better than your whole attack. Um, oh yeah, yeah. Greenwood was like generational talent, man. It really sucks that what the stuff that happened, and it turned out the way it turned out. Can I ask you what football team you actually think are good? Oh, that's funny. Um, Teams that win trophies are good, mate. Hence the winners. We win trophies. Come on, man. Ten Hag won 2 trophies, eh? 2 trophies, man. Trixie, Liverpool, Leverkusen, Inter, Real. Teams that consistently win. Yeah, but see, those teams, they have better culture, better um, better system behind the scene that works to get them winning consistently, right? They're better run clubs. We're a mess. That's why we're trying to fix these things now. Um, yeah, imagine we have the Glazers. Glazers are a disgrace, right? So all that, it's we had a lot of things that were not working for us. That's why we're trying to clean it up now and kick on. Liam, do you have any other domestic? And Oh yeah, of course, that was yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, yeah, doing what it did, it's not right. Yeah, but he's doing his thing out there in France. You know, wish him all the best. But I just want the money. You know, he's not coming back. Mick, Andre Onana, to leave surely. He's not leaving, man. Andre is staying. Agent Onana, he's staying, man. All right. Saying, see, bring up. Okay. I think Greenwood should have sent away. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. As a, in purely for football. But yeah. But listen, people, it's been an hour and change, right? You guys, again, killed it. All right. Another really enjoyable live. I appreciate you all smashing those likes, hitting the subscribe. But hey, listen, tomorrow we're getting closer and closer to the start of the league. So I'm going to catch you all guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Smash the like, hit the subscribe. I appreciate you all. Stay blessed, people. Peace.